the 2014 Heisman Trophy winner, Marcus Mariota. Question for Marcus?
Yeah, I have one. What does it actually feel like to walk beside the
For me, it's hard to even explain. I mean, I'm lost for words. It's truly amazing, and it's hard to explain. I'm sorry.
Marcus, what were your emotions when you were doing your speech? What were you feeling at that moment? Was that hard to get through?
I had to give thanks to so many people because, where I am today is all due to all those people, and it's hard not to get emotional because it's been a long journey, and for all those people to help me out and to support me and to believe in me just means the world, and my emotions got the best of me for sure.
Marcus, could you explain to people who don't understand the concept of Ohana and what it means and the relationship between you and the state of Hawaii in this celebration that's so mutual?
Yeah, Ohana means family, and that's it right there. I mean, in Hawaii, if one person is successful, the entire state is successful, and to be a part of that, it's something special, and it's hard to explain, but I'm just grateful to be a part of it, and thankful that I'm from Hawaii, and just thankful.
Marcus, you won a lot of awards this week, right here in the front. You won a lot of awards this week, but did any of that prepare you for what you went through today? Obviously, you were very emotional during your speech. It's tough. Again, it's just something that you dream of as a little kid, and to stand up on the podium and try to make a speech after all that, and after all the emotions that are going through you, it's definitely tough. And because you're feeling so excited, but at the same time, it's like you got to give thanks to everybody that's got you there, and and that's why I got emotional, is because all the hard work of other people, led me to where I am today, and I just know those sacrifices weren't easy, and I wish I could give them more thanks.
Back left.
Marcus, earlier in the evening, you talked about how you had doubts in high school and how high school really made you the man you are today. Can you just talk a little bit more about your hard work and how you went from that high school kid to now a Heisman Trophy winner?
Yeah, and it's been a journey, but I couldn't have done it without my boys back home, my family, and my teammates. My boys back home were the ones that really just believed in me, and without those guys' help and support, I wouldn't be standing here today. And just so grateful. I can't emphasize it enough. I'm just so thankful for so many people, because this isn't just a one-person deal. It's a lot of people that have put their heart and their hard work into it, and that's why it's easy to get emotional.
Front center.
Marcus, you now take a spot in Hawaii football lore. A lot of great players before you: Jesse Sapolu, Herman Wiedemeyer, Al Nonga, and most recently Manti Te'o. You're the first to win the Heisman. Have you thought about your position, and have you thought about your relationship as a football player in relationship to those other guys and what that means to you? All that history, and now you at the pinnacle.
It's just an honor to even be mentioned with those guys. A lot of those guys that you just mentioned, I grew up watching and admiring, and now it's an honor to be a part of that group, and I hope this is just the beginning. I hope kids back home find the courage to continue to do this, and we have another one.
Far left in the back.
Marcus, a lot of people have talked about your quiet leadership. Could you describe your leadership style and how you think it has affected the people around you?
Yeah, I've always been kind of quiet. I've always been kind of reserved. I tend to not use my words in terms of being a vocal leader, and I've come a long way in that sense. But I do believe that there's different types of leadership. I think that people respond differently to different things, and sometimes just showing that you care for somebody means so much more than yelling at them or trying to get them to do their best. It's all just showing some care, and that's kind of how I lead.
Center left.
Marcus, you've won a lot of hardware the last couple days. Would you trade it all, though, to win the next 2 games?
Of course. That wouldn't even be a question. And for me, it is a team sport, and our team goals come before any other individual goals. And to be part of the college football playoff and get an opportunity to be in the national championship, I would trade everything to be the eventual winner.
Back right.
Marcus, during your speech, you talked about dreaming big and striving for greatness. Who are you referring to, the children back home in Hawaii? And could you elaborate on that point?
Yeah, it was for any young athlete in general, but I really wanted to emphasize, kids of Polynesian descent and kids from Hawaii. So many times, in Hawaii, we're told that, when we don't have the same opportunities that some of the mainland kids do. And, I just want, people back home to realize that you can take your opportunity and make the most of it. And, I can be an example of that.
Second row center.
Marcus, after the Colorado game, you said that you were taking mental snapshots of the crowd in case that was your final game at Austin. Tonight, you're on this big stage. Were you kind of reliving that again, taking snapshots of the room, of your parents? What were you thinking about and kind of visualizing?
You said it best, just taking it all in. My heart was pounding the entire time, but, I really just tried to enjoy it and just look around because, experiences like this only come once. And I really just wanted to enjoy it and take it all in and, make sure that, I'll never forget it.
Third row right.
Marcus, as emotional as this night is for you and for your family and for the people of both Oregon and Hawaii, how challenging is it going to be to refocus a couple of days from now and get ready to play in the playoff? Because you said that's actually the biggest goal.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. And this last couple of days have been hectic, but it's been all so much fun and it's been a great experience. But I'm just looking forward to just getting back on the field and playing again and going back with my teammates and just going back to work. Because we do have a team goal, and that is the biggest concern.
Back left by the video.
Marcus, you mentioned the lack of exposure in Hawaii, but now the President of the United States, Barack Obama, Grammy Award winner Bruno Mars, and now the Heisman Trophy winner, all from Hawaii. What does that say about your home state?
We have talent. We have people that are very capable of doing anything that they would put their mind to. It just all it takes is a little bit of hard work and some perseverance, and you'll find yourself to be successful.
Far right side.
Marcus, you had talked about writing your speech down on a piece of paper, and you delivered on that. Did you write every part of that down? Did you take a few notes?
It's right here if you want to see it. It's written on photo paper, but I to be honest with you, I hate public speaking, so that was tough for me, and I didn't want to forget anybody, and I just wanted to make sure I wrote the entire speech down and made sure that I got and covered everybody.
Any other questions? Back right.
I'm sorry, you said you don't like public speaking, but I would imagine as a high-profile person, I imagine the next step of your career, you may be asked to do a lot of speaking. Is that something you're prepared to deal with?
Yeah, of course. I've been thrown into so many different situations through my last 3 years that I do feel that I'm prepared for it. Standing in front of you folks and talking right now is helping me with that. And it's not that I'm afraid of it. I'll take the challenge as it comes. But everyone dislikes something, and that's something I just don't like.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Sorry, back right.
Marcus, before the award ceremony, I asked Coach Helfrich what the difference was, if there was any, in the anticipation of the moment for the award as opposed to the anticipation of the moment for a game. What was it like? Was there a difference?
Not too much. That's a great question. I think, Amari and Melvin, we kind of talked about it before, and, it feels like you're going into a game. And, with so much of the award is so significant that, it can get you racing and you get nervous just like a regular football game. And for us, we just try to handle the nerves as best as we could.
Right-hand side. Thanks, I appreciate it. Marcus, you are draped in lei, both Hawaiian and Samoan. Can you tell us about that and tell us about the people outside who accosted you on the way in?
Well, the folks outside are some of my teachers and some of the people that were along or were a part of the journey from high school. That is, my St. Louis High School is basically outside, and for them to come and to give me so many leis, that's special and very meaningful for me, and it meant a lot that they were here to support me.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you. Have a good day.